Good evening, everyone. Today I would like to go over a trade setup that we actually did see, um, but I was not at my computer, so I was not able to actually take the trade. Whenever I see a setup, I always set my alerts. However, I do not set a limit order because I think it's important to reevaluate your trades as they happen. Um, yeah, this was the alert that I had marked. This was on Bitcoin. Um, this is a major monthly level we've seen marked before. If we just move out into a bigger time frame, yeah, major monthly level that I had right at these two bottoms right there. Um, I also had a channel marked. I believe it was right here. Yep. So I was looking to short the top of this channel that we've clearly been ranging in, tapping the bottom, pushing up to the top, and my idea was for us to short back down on the bottom until we lose the trade. Because if you systematically trade these channels and long the bottoms and short the tops, you will make profits until it does break and you'll take an inevitable loss, which is okay in trading as long as our profits outweigh our losses. Yeah, so this was something that I saw with a bunch of confluence on fib theory again. Um, let's just get into what the actual fib retracements that I pulled were. The first one was, if we zoom out into the daily time frame, it was from our last impulse to the top side where we swung failure this past high. Uh, if we zoom in here, this was indeed a short that we did take and we did alert our members of previously. Perfect swing failure pattern, resulting in this massive downfall. Um, yeah, so we took a fib retracement from up here to our lowest low of the most recent kind of breakdown, and it produced this level, which is a 382, very key level in fib theory. And this is just good confluence. It obviously did not hit our 382 to the T, but I would consider this a rejection. Another fib that I pulled was from our most recent impulse down. Yeah, from the start of the impulse down, which was this high down to this low, and we call this the champion's channel or the golden pocket. It is our 0.66 level and our 0.618. They make a channel. We call this the champion's channel, the golden pocket, as a lot of people call it. Heavily respected in fib theory as well. So just stacking on the confluences, there's another one. Now, to look for predictions from these lows, we took this swing failure of this low, which we were on live for. However, we did not take the trade. This was an unfortunate miss because this is 8% gain. 8% gain without leverage, which is actually spectacular. Yeah, this was really unfortunate. I watched this happen live, and I just second guessed myself, which was just unfortunate. The first fib extension, right? So the fib extension tool is to predict rejections. Yeah, it's just very good at predicting rejections. The first one was we took this immediate, if we zoom in on the 30-minute, we took this immediate sell-off. You start at the low, take the bounce up, and then come right back down to the low. And I just spread it out so we could see it, but it comes right down to this low. So click, 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 fib extension. It creates our 1 to 1618. 1 to 16618, all 61.8% are very good numbers, right? We have our 618 here, which saw the beautiful rejection. This was a good rejection. There's one fib extension. Now, as we proceeded with Bitcoin, right, as time went on, we saw another possible fib extension just to see if we could create some more confluence. So the next fib extension that we pulled was from, again, this low, because this was a major low of the swing failure. This was very, very key low. Yeah, so we took it from this low to a bigger impulse back down to the retracement, a three-pointer again, click, 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 and it produced this one-to-one level that we see right here. All these stacking up were just major confluences for a rejection off this point and the top of our range. Yeah, we didn't take this short. A scalp that could have also been played was right off this monthly. You could have gotten wicked out there, but this was obviously a nice little scalp. But this was the big rejection. Could we test again and have a major rejection? Yes. These are all possibilities, right? Come back up, reject again, reject off the monthly. Now, if we break through, maybe have a consolidation, claim, retest, and push. Obviously, we have higher levels that we're looking for in Bitcoin. You trade the charts, not what your biases or predictions are. So if we look up here, this was our previous week value area high. This is a major short that I'd be looking for. Let us look here. This is our value area open and our value area high of the previous month in conjunction with our previous week value area high. This would be another kind of major rejection point. If you guys want to learn a chart like this, patreon.com/44investments. We do one-on-one mentorship. We teach, we give signals, we do nightly lives, educational, all this happening in the moment. So just to continue on, we have a single print here up at 45,500. This means there's an imbalance in the market due to this big crash. There's lots of imbalance here, so these oftentimes need to be filled. So do I think we could push down lower? Yes. Do I think we could also claim, fill the single print, and then reject right above here at this consolidation? That's also a very good possibility. One more thing that I do want to note is this NPOC, right? Just building confluence, building support for our cases. All major levels that we could be marking. Now, if we use Igor session right at this NPOC and naked session point of control, we see them in conjunction, all with our weekly, monthly, past weeks. About like this is major rejection. Like if you're not going to be shorting 46,300, I don't know what you're doing. And this short could only come back down to this point of consolidation, right? This zone, after we lose it as resistance, could easily get marked as support, and we could push higher. Let's just continue on with this. So we have our session point of control, we have our single print, and yeah, those are really the major levels we should be looking at with Bitcoin. We're going to continue to monitor OBVs, volume, things like that, update our daily charts. We're prepared for the downside, right? If we do test this with low volume, or if we even break higher, test the 0.66 with less volume, right? Let's say we're using Market Cipher and we're on an hourly and we come higher up on the chart and we go in with less momentum, right? Our momentum lines come like this, or even break down, create a trigger wave and come like this and reject. This would be a bearish divergence. We could see bearish VWAP divergence as well, like that. So there's many things we could be looking for. Those are a couple things I'm looking for in terms of rejection to the downside. We could reclaim, and then I'd be probably looking to short here. And obviously, if we get stopped out of a short, that's okay because we're just trading the charts. We're not trading a bias, right? We get rejected here, we claim. That's when serious market structure flips. Go from creating lows, one uptick. Huh? So back to what I was saying. Fuck. All right, so back to what I was saying. If we do end up breaking this 46.3 level, then market structure will flip from lower highs and lower lows to equal highs. Hold this point, this consolidation area into support to setting higher highs, and that's when we'll leave all shorts and go into longs. Lower levels we could be looking at if we do see this rejection. Let's just open up our previous weekly levels, previous monthly levels, and now just into our higher term, high time frame support and resistance levels. Right, we do see another single print down here, which is an imbalance that has not been filled from most likely years ago. Yeah, was this imbalance down here at this rapid spike up back in July. So this confluence right here, it's good when you see a support resistance level after or below or above, depending on which way the market's going, to a single print, because it'll have to fill the single print, come down, fill the single print, come down, and reject. We have more confluence down here, here. So if we lose along here and we break through, we could look to along here, resulting in a completely finished head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder, rejection, which is very possible, right? Yeah, it's important that we are, let me close this. It's important that we're prepared for all situations and all scenarios, because at the end of the day, the charts are unpredictable. Not unpredictable, but especially in crypto, it's hard to, you just got to prepare for all scenarios. So one last point that I'd like to bring up was this sell stop not being filled. So on exo charts, you can see that this was the last point of major longs. This was a lot of stop losses. So truly, I was expecting us to just wick this out and bounce, but we didn't. So that's another reason why I think we could come lower. These single prints, as I said, need to be filled. These are all levels, short term, looking for rejection, reclaiming. If we do test again with lower volume, as I said, and we see a bearish divergence on an oscillator or an RSI or something like that, I'm obviously going to look for rejection. Probably go into a short, call it in the server. Again, if you guys aren't members, you can look at the top of your screen. You can DM me on Discord. You can sign up for the Patreon. And yeah, it's I'm really looking forward to starting 44 investments up, and I hope you guys are too. There's a lot to learn. I actually just got our first mentorship, and I'm sure he'd testify how great it is, because we made 2 profitable trade setups on the hour-long session we had, as well as we did a full analysis of, I believe it was, which coin was it? It was Luna, and we did Near, I think. Yeah. We did both of those, gave him some Bitcoin things before they happen. I told him about this setup. And yeah, look right here for this bearish divergence, going down in our oscillator, going up on the charts to higher US dollar values. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I hope this was informative. If you did enjoy this, you maybe learned something. Maybe you want to mark these levels. Let me know in the comments, like and subscribe, turn your notifications on, because this is such a small YouTube channel. There's no way YouTube's ever going to be putting our videos out to you. But again, if you did like this, let me know in the comments, DM me on Discord, sign up for the Patreon. And yeah, I'll continue to update you guys on how these trades go. Thank you very much. Have a good night, everyone.